One of the greatest features of the Create mod is the automation that it's capable of. Trains arriving at locations, collecting resources from automated farms, so that the resources can now be stored in entirely different locations to be either processed or transported elsewhere. It's the start of a beautiful empire. Of wood. Building train networks are not an easy task. While placing the rails is simple, telling the trains where they can or can't drive is where things get complicated. When two trains collide with each other, they cause a collision, which is obvious, but in the Create mod, it stops the trains from working. And that can cause problems because once the trains have blocked a part of the railway, nothing else can get through and it can cause more collisions, and your whole automation empire has now come to a halt, and you're no longer making money and you can no longer achieve world domination. That's what we're here to solve today. To solve this problem, the most important block right here is your train signal. When a train signal is placed, it separates sections of the track. As you can see here, this is yellow, this is green, and that's yellow down there. That means any train traveling along this yellow line can detect if there's a train in the green line ahead of it. And if there's a So if a train is on the yellow track and it detects that there's a train on the green track, it won't move on until this section is clear. Which means with proper placement of rail signals, it's completely safe for trains to travel around the track with no problems. However, it adds a new complicated layer to the equation. The direction you place train signals is very important on these tracks. This arrow means that trains can only move this direction, which means you won't have trains coming to a head-on collision. However, we now need to either make another way for the train to exit, or we need to place another signal back the other way where they'll overlap and it'll allow trains to go both directions. But then begs the question, what do you do once you've got massive track systems that span the whole server? With massive sections this long, trains are gonna have to wait until other trains have gone the whole distance before they can go themselves. And if you've got multiple trains set up around the whole network, it really complicates things. Well, one of our solutions is something like this. A little turnabout station where when trains come to the little bit of the track here, they'll detect if the train is in the section of rails up ahead. And if it is, it'll wait here, so that the train up ahead will come down here, detect there's a train in this part, and then it'll travel along the rail network beside it, which works, right? It's fairly effective. What complicates it is once you have multiple trains set up along the whole system, because then you could have a backlog of several trains located here, as well as a few trains down on the other end, so then trains are waiting for other trains, and it's just a huge headache. At the tree farm alone, we have about 8 different kinds of wood being produced at this current moment, and soon we're hoping to add in 3 more. That's going to be 11, 12. We can have up to like 14 different trains just leaving this place alone into the whole network. And it's only a fraction of the size of what we have going at Grand Chasm Industries. So if we're gonna have a train network capable of supporting all of this, plus all of the other trains that are gonna be added in from all the other different farms and projects throughout the rest of the server, well, we're gonna need something that can handle that. I might have an idea. What if we treated it like a highway and we had 2 different tracks, one going one direction and the other one going the other? So to do that, I built this beautiful contraption. We hauled over 3 double chests of tracks from Grand Chasm Industries, so hopefully that's gonna be enough. So now this will tunnel through, increasing the width of all of our tunnels that we've got, which this is pretty much the only one, but it's gonna have to clear a bunch of trees and other bits out of the way. And while it's moving, it's gonna lay down the track beside us. So we're gonna have a beautiful 2-way track system throughout the whole server. We'll be able to space out the rail signals so that we can have tons and tons of trains all traveling down the same way at the same time. And boy, it's going to be beautiful. I can just taste the money that we'll be making. So why don't we give it a shot? Get us a little bit of that speed coming in. We've also got to reduce the maximum speed. If we go too fast, the deployer can't keep. Oh, we can just put a second deployer on it. With the track marked in the filter, as soon as we start the train, it's going to automatically pull tracks out of the system. And you know, let's put on another one just to be safe. But with the 3 deployers, we'll keep it at max speed and we'll see how it goes. 3 deployers is the way to do it. This would have sped up all of the other track placing I was doing before. We used to have to slow it down by 30% every time we tried to do anything here. But this is where things might, oh, never mind. I guess we don't have to worry about mobs either. We're almost through the tunnel now, and the tracks have laid perfectly, far better than I could have imagined. The only problem we're gonna be starting to face here is once we start getting the different elevation changes. So I'm a little worried, but I'm also a little curious to see how the deployers are gonna handle it. I've slowed down a little bit to see how the tracks are gonna be placed. It's not doing terrible. It's kind of what I was expecting. The other concerning thing is there are a couple other sections of the track where we have tracks that go diagonally, and I don't think this is gonna be able to handle placing diagonal tracks either. Things got a little funky. I was also surprised. It does know how to place diagonal tracks, but it places 2 of them together, side by side. And it's just, yeah, we're gonna have to come back and clean up all of the tracks after. Oh God, this might not even be worth going through and doing it the way we're doing it. At least the drills are gonna clean up the area and make coming back and laying the track properly easier. Watching this thing go, we probably could have gotten just 2 deployers as well. I don't think we needed the 3 of them. The best part is when the track's going, it looks like this is all sped up to like ×4 speed, but no, it's just how it moves placing the tracks. But now we've made it all the way back to Tinkertown. And all the structures that we have are gonna make it a little bit more complicated for laying the new track, especially because we've already got a station located down here with a few tracks coming and going. One of the main reasons we're setting up the automated network is because we need to get wood back here to Grand Chasm Industries. Look at this, all of our production's at a standstill. There's not a single thing here producing us any resources. And that's because our burners are out of lumber. There's none of it. Nothing to keep it going. It's just waiting here, patiently. Don't worry, my friends, I know you're hungry. I will be feeding you soon. At this very moment, Grand Chasm Industries is only connected through the secret underground railway. So we're gonna have to connect Grand Chasm Industries now to the rest of the network. So on Monday's stream, we started working on a bridge that should connect it over in by Peach's side of the server. And then hopefully it's gonna be a nice, easy, simple transition to connect everything up. We started this on Monday's live stream, and hopefully by the end of the week, we're gonna get a lot more of this done. So what you're seeing right now is the beginning phases of it, and hopefully, yeah, it's already completed. And for our next reason, we've got the mall, where we currently sell wood to the members of the server. Look at this, we've got tons of acacia logs, we got tons of birch logs, and how we supply the mall with logs, which I think I've shown you guys a little bit about this before, so we'll just go over it very quickly. But I have my automated shop system underneath, so that for every diamond you put in, it brings you a stack of logs, and you can just slap diamonds in there all willy-nilly, and it automatically pulls it through. It's so cool. Oh, I just love showing up. It's magnificent. But how we supply this is we have a huge network of conveyors that bring all of the logs all the way down here. And you can see far up above, there's our container. We push the button. It should start zipping down all the way from our tree farm up above. Eventually, there we go. And then it begins unloading a bunch of the wood over onto the conveyor belt system, takes it all the way over to the shops, and it's completely automated. It's really cool. But again, the tree farms up top aren't running anymore, so you can see we are already out of certain logs. So, because yeah, we started disassembling a bunch of that and moving all of it over to our new tree farm location. So somehow we're gonna have to connect the rail network over to the mall so that everything from the tree farm also comes by here. But then it also gets one more step complicated. Probably one of the biggest mistakes I've made in a very long time, and I'm really biting the bullet for it. I put it around here somewhere now. Have I lost it? I couldn't find the contract itself, but I did find the screenshots I took of the contract, so that counts, right? So we can still go over it, because I made a huge mistake in the past. I was gonna trick Leontine into selling stuff at the mall, and I was gonna give her cheap discounts on stuff, but then I was gonna take most of her profits, and it was genius. But what I forgot to do was put a clause in the contract that made it so she had to sell the stuff in the mall, so she's selling stuff outside of the mall. So I'm basically just giving her tons of stuff for free. Oh, here's the problem. Leontine will receive extremely 90% discounted logs and planks from Spentaneous. I was really hoping it would just say wood, because then I could just give her the wooden planks instead, because then she'd be forced to buy logs if she wanted them. But because she can get logs, she can do a whole bunch of different things with them. I'm gonna meet with her today, and I'm gonna try and figure out a way to just avoid the talk about the contract, and then just convince her to accept planks being dropped off instead of logs. My wording here is going to be the most important part. Hopefully I can swindle my way through just delivering her planks. Hello, Leontine.
Oh, hello there, Sven.
Just the person I was looking for.
Yeah?
Yeah, how you doing? That's a nice big sword you've got there.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's nothing personal.
Okay, cool,
I've just been checking up the profits that I've been making with the shop. I'm just doing quite well.
Nice, that's pretty good.
So,
I'm about to be
yeah.
coming and getting a bunch myself. I've got some building projects on the go. I needed to talk to you about the wood.
Yeah, but actually, I haven't gotten any. I've lost the word for it.
Deliveries in a while?
The delivery. I haven't gotten any deliveries in quite some time. What's up with that?
The wood farm up above the tree farm, it's currently out of commission. It's down, it's gone. I built a new one. It's better. It's more efficient, but it's not here anymore. It's somewhere else, but it's now up and going. So soon I'll be bringing you some wood, and that's actually what I came to talk to you about. Because it's so far away, it's not easy to deliver wood the same way anymore, so I've got a new system in place for it. You good to walk this way for like a minute or two? So I've been expanding the rail system. It's still a little bit of work, but we're gonna be doubling everything up. We're gonna be having an ingoing and outgoing rail. Don't worry about the mess. It's complicated with how it places out the stuff, but yeah, we're gonna be having trains coming and going, delivering resources. So we need to set up a spot where a train can come by and deliver you stuff. It's up to you if you want it directly in the shop or if you want it somewhere beside, but yeah, we have a whole automated system through trains now versus me hand bombing everything into the chests outside the back of your shop.
Yeah, no, go ahead. That sounds great. What is up with that thing? Have you seen that before?
I don't know. That showed up a little while ago. No idea whose it is. So, you know, it's probably something entirely just random. Definitely we don't need to go down that way, but kind of reminds me of that Spentaneous guy, you know, the hat.
Oh, well, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I met him a little while ago. Seems like a pretty cool dude. Little weird between you and me, little weird.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
We're gonna have to set up a location for a train to come by. So I don't know if you've got a good idea for a spot. We don't really have tons of places. We could pass one through here. We don't really need this to be a walking spot. I have no problem if people are forced to walk in front of the mall to be able to get, you know, through this entrance. You know, it doesn't bother me.
Oh, I see.
Just,
yeah,
I mean, you know.
What would you think about if we connect this little bit to that bit, and essentially have a bridge over here?
Oh, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, and
then the train can pass by underneath.
Underneath here, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So how the train's gonna work is it's gonna have a bunch of storage inside of it with a book. In the book, you just write down, this is what I'm needing. This is how many resources. You put the appropriate diamonds in with it. And then you just mark the station that it goes to, and then the train will go off. And then when I get it, I'll load it up, send it back, and it'll appear right back here. And it'll be fully automated. And it'll be really simple for us to transport resources because they're gonna be moving halfway across the server for this.
It'll be fully automated, but you have to put it in.
Well, I mean, I've got to read the thing and then, you know, count the money, you know, make sure it's all there.
Right, it's fully automated except that part.
Yeah, and then, you know, I'll be able to send you all the planks you need that way, so. And life will be good.
I think we agreed on logs, but yeah, so that's good.
Perfect, all right, I love that.
All right, well, that sounds great. I hope your new tree farm goes well.
Oh, thanks, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So.
Is this one gonna stay here, or like, is anything gonna happen with that
we're
one?
Gonna be. We got some plans for it. It's definitely gonna. The aesthetic's gonna change to fit in a lot more with Tinkertop Mountain too. So I'm very excited for it.
Do you happen to know what that thing sticking out the mountain is?
Yeah, it's just a workshop. Just a workshop.
Oh, really?
It's kind of more of the color aesthetic we're slowly moving towards. So.
Yeah, right. Well, that's great.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Well, good luck with all the stuff you're doing. I gotta go back to check my profits now. See you later.
Oh my god, I can't believe it worked! You can count your profits for now, Leontine, but you're not gonna be making as many profits as you could have been. This worked out far better than we could have imagined. I mean, just look at the numbers here. When you take a log through a saw cutter, it becomes a stripped oak log, but if you take it through the saw cutter again, you get 6 planks out of it. Every one log we were sending, Leontine was potentially getting 6 planks out of, and now we turn 1 log into 6 planks and we just sell her 4. There was a brief moment I didn't think she'd go through with it, but oh, it ended up being pretty darn diabolical if you ask me. It's just now we gotta set up all that. But to do that, we need to finish this. I need a whole floor up above. But to get the blocks needed for this, we need Grand Kaz Ministries up and running again. So we're making another train. But we don't quite have the track set up fully ready to go. So yeah, we can't quite haul the resources back and forth yet. Crap. Even Buddy's fuming at the idea that we're not ready. Don't worry, Buddy, we will work hard. We will get this done. So why don't we deliver it manually? Also, oops, I left a bit of a backlog of trains behind me. My bad. I've made slight modifications to this train. We've now got the cargo connectors on the top and a new addition to right above. Oh. I went a little too far. As we dock, look at the automation working, the next train coming in right by the side, and then that one hopefully waiting for us. With this filling, that train's gonna have to wait, and it's gonna have to block up the other trains too, okay. There were also some suggestions on TikTok to use ladders instead of the spruce plates, and yeah, it's still kind of cool actually. It makes it look like it's been tied down. Thank you very much for the suggestion. And then yeah, we just gotta wait for this to fill. We might end up modifying this later so that this also, actually, why don't we just do that now? This goes here. And then we just go there. Oh, shoot. And, no, it's backfiring. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Obviously, what I meant to do was this. Clearly that was the plan from the start. We'll be back in a few minutes as soon as that's finished loading back up. Our train is now loaded and the resources are on the move. Except I think we have to do... Oh, we got to loop around. This is the first time we're moving anything out of the tree farm. It's so exciting. Although I never thought about this from the inside, but I can't really see anywhere I'm driving or what I'm doing. So we might have to redesign that. Or just leave it as an automated train and just never worry about it. Hello, Saren's home. And as well as goodbye. Hello, Tinkertown. Looking as good as ever. That was a little weird. And now we've just got to pass through Peach's place. I believe this first turn? Perfect, there we go. Goodbye, Peaches. Farewell. And hello, Grand Chasm Industries. Oh, it's almost automated. It's beautiful. Ah, crap. But now I gotta figure out how we're gonna offload all this.